We're not recording. Oh, we are recording. Today's the day of roast Joey.
Joey's a solid B cup.
Yeah.
Ladies.
Like a good 36B.
You know, that's like my biggest fear is like I'm having sex with a girl and she just grabs my boobs.
Why?
I'd be scared.
Hey, to be completely fair, I don't have boobs, but
That'd be great.
Really?
Sure.
Let me
Why not?
make a couple phone calls.
it's happened in a time or two.
Three Dudes Babbling Podcast with a special guest.
Good evening. And
Yeah.
welcome to the Three Dudes Babbling Podcast. This is your host, Joey, with my co-host, Josh, and my other co-host, Alec.
Jesus Christ, it sounds like the first episode all
Yeah,
over
I know,
again.
right?
No, except I actually consider you my co-host, unlike some people.
I don't know why you're looking at me.
Wait, what?
I don't like. Is he trying to pull?
I don't know what are you saying?
Nothing, I love
Yeah.
him. We have a very special guest here today. Aziz, would you like to introduce yourself?
If you
Hi.
can't tell, his name is Aziz.
Yeah, I'm Aziz. I'm the seasonal brown guy here in Cleveland. And,
Very seasonal.
yeah.
I thought that was LeBron.
Not so brown.
No, I'm
No.
not a fan of LeBron.
Oh.
But,
Not anymore. Were you ever a fan of him? Or
no, not really. I'm not a huge basketball fan. But,
and he
As you
flipped
turn
his-
around, your NBA champs.
right? No, I've been, actually, funny story, I've been wearing this all around the world, so this is battered as anything.
Yeah, when you came last year, when we first met, you were wearing that too.
Yeah, I got this in the finals. Like,
Yeah.
on the day of the finals, I bought this hat, and it's been gone
Were you
everywhere.
at, were you at the game?
I wasn't. My brother was.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
incredible. Like where? Well, you said you traveled the world. Where in the world have you traveled?
Since this game?
Sure. You know what?
Oh wow.
No. Everything.
Everything.
No, let's do since this game.
Okay.
So in 2016, I moved to Korea in I want to say November, end of November.
North or south?
No, I still have my balls.
Okay.
So south.
Right. Yeah. I moved there, and I think that was a bad omen for Korea because as soon as I moved there, the president got impeached a week later.
You're like, there's a brown guy here. Get him out.
It was
get him out.
hilarious because my apartment was across. Well, no, it was 2 streets down from where the president lived, and they had
You ever-
protests and stuff.
Oh god.
But they were the most peaceful protests ever. They had like a rock concert. They were baking stuff. They were, the people were like singing and drawing, and I was like,
Eastern
Cool.
culture.
no, it's just Korea.
Oh, it's really?
Yeah.
Korean culture?
But why didn't you go across the border? Do you think the same thing would happen?
Well, I went to the border.
Okay. The
DMZ.
yeah.
The DMZ. It was really cool. It was really interesting to see
Yeah.
how
How silent and like tense it was over there.
yeah, it was very tense, but at the end, you know that feeling you get, like it's like when 2 rival sports teams play with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's the whole team ririvalry,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, all the players are players.
Well,
There's
they're-
still like a human element to it. And, where if one person gets hurt, the other team member is going to pick him up or,
Yeah,
help him up or something. And I felt the same because these soldiers knew that, it wasn't that person's fault, but
Yeah.
they had to do it because
Mhm.
of politics and stuff. That was really interesting.
Well, after Korea, where else did you move?
I moved to Kuwait for about 4 months.
And how was that?
Hot.
Was it hot?
Very hot. It was, so the temperature in the summer in Kuwait goes up to 62 degrees
Celsius? or-
Celsius, which
Jesus
is,
Christ.
I want to say somewhere around 146. I may be mistaken, but around that.
So like, you got to wear the robes and stuff.
Yeah.
Does that keep you really cool or?
Well, Okay,
Because I've always like been confused. Like, I mean, they have to be wearing it for a reason.
yeah. It's so it looks like the Western woman's dress, if you will, but it's really loose, and it's white, and it's made of this very thin. Well, I'd say
It's like breezy.
it's very thin. It's very breezy, and it's and then you wear like a t-shirt, a cotton t-shirt for sweating, and these long pants underneath that are also really loose, but it really helps. Because it's white, so it reflects all the rays and the heat, and yeah, I wear it once in a while. So I'm part Arab, so that's where I get that heritage from in my name, obviously.
I gotcha.
But I like it. It's really comfortable.
Do you ever wear it around here in Cleveland? Do you think people would freak out?
What really?
Probably.
And restart that whole YouTube thing of Saudis and Audis or something.
No. You could do that.
I'm good. I get enough shit as it is rolling around in my Adidas shorts. I'm good.
Have you ever seen the videos where there's the guy and he's in that and he drops off like a bag somewhere and then just runs?
Oh, I have.
As a prank. Or
I have.
there's one time where he
I
drops off a
have.
goat with a backpack and then runs.
I really wanted to laugh at that, but I couldn't because I've had so much shit.
I think you would get shot if that would happen.
I mean, I'd do it. Okay, so give me $500 and I'll do it.
I'm not gonna.
And I'll go to Parma wearing that. Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you
All those
500.
Polacks and their guns.
Right.
Hey,
I'm like, hey,
we're Polak.
At least we know where the line is.
can I just pull another
$500?
foreigner card and just be like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought it was Halloween.
I mean, you could. I don't think people would. I still think people would shoot you. Definitely do.
Just for fun.
They're like, oh, I
think it's
thought
Halloween.
it was on safety.
Oh, no, I thought this was a shooting range.
I thought this was Florida, the stand your ground law.
I mean, we could.
Fair.
We could.
We can do West Virginia as well.
No, that's
We could
fucking
go
your cousin-in-law.
Texas too.
No, Texas. Do you know what?
Yeah, you were just there.
I was in Texas last week,
Yeah.
and I was really pleasantly surprised. Like, people there are so nice. I thought it was like a Midwest thing to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been coming to Cleveland for 15 years,
Yeah.
and people here are just genuinely very nice. People in Texas were really nice as well.
Is that what draws you back to Cleveland?
What?
Like just the
So
nice
initially,
politeness and
Yeah, because
niceness?
yesterday they were telling me that you like genuinely do enjoy coming to Cleveland.
Oh, absolutely.
And something that I've kind of come across is like living here about 19 years.
Mhm.
People from Cleveland appreciate Cleveland. People outside of Cleveland don't really see the necessity to come to Cleveland
Until they come here.
until they come here, and then they're like, "Oh, this is nice."
well, the thing is, it's a different mentality. So when I first came here, it was because my brother was very ill, and he had a kidney transplant here.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so we were spending time between Cleveland and Cincinnati. I didn't like Cincinnati.
That's nice.
Not a lot of people do.
Yeah, well, it's different. It's very different vibes.
It's
and different strokes for different folks. But for me, I made a lot of friends over the years here in Cleveland. I now own an apartment here. It's just somewhere, I feel very at home and very at ease to, run away from life and just come here for a while. Like, I came here for Christmas.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and I spent 10 days till New Year's, and I left on New Year's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great. It was great. The weather's nice. People are nice. It's so cheap to live here.
Yeah. And that's one of the biggest things about Cleveland that everyone loves. Everywhere else, the price of living is so high, and then, like, you can come to Cleveland and you can buy a decent house like 5 minutes from downtown for less than $100,000.
That's the thing though, because 5 minutes from downtown,
It depends.
it's depending on which direction you're going,
You can
It's
either
either
be
better or worse.
this is nice or this blows.
And then another thing is, you guys are so lucky. So I don't drive in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
I actually didn't get a driver's license until I was 24 or 25.
Okay.
It's so pointless to drive in London. So I live in very central London.
Yes.
Yeah. And gas prices are crazy expensive. So the actual gas costs about $6. And then you'd have to add tax onto that.
Oh my god.
And it's a 10% tax.
Jeez.
and then you'd have to, so driving a car
courtesy
per
cars.
gallon would roughly average to about $15 a gallon. Because you'd pay something called an MOT, like a motor tax,
Okay.
and then a road tax, and then a gas, like a emissions tax.
Yeah, no wonder why everyone walks over there.
Well, it's not just walking. We have like really cool, like we have the underground buses.
When I was over there, like I went over there. Shit, it was almost 6 years ago now. It was during the Olympics, and then the year before that. But we went around all bus, train.
Yeah.
I took a 4-hour train ride from St. Andrews, Scotland, to Newcastle.
Oh, cool. Did you go on Virgin Railway, or did you do the National Railway?
I think probably national.
Okay.
It was, I mean, it was just so convenient too, just to do that. I'm like, I mean, it's kind of cheap.
Yeah. Well,
And-
depends. It depends on what you consider cheap.
Mm.
It's definitely not what's it called Amtrak here in the States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a very bad experience with Amtrak. It's very slow.
Very slow.
Yeah.
Very slow.
So I'd just rather drive now.
Yeah, I mean, that's why driving over here in the States is so convenient,
Yeah.
because everything is so spread out. But compared to UK, what I thought was everything's more close knit, and you can actually like go walk to these places.
Well, we are a much smaller country.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah,
don't
I mean,
forget.
you look at it and it takes like 2 hours to drive through Germany.
No.
No?
Germany's
No.
bigger than.
I was in Germany in March, and it took me about
It's probably like
10 hours to go from Berlin to Munich.
Still though, I mean, you drive 10 hours and
Well, that's Dallas
In
to
the
El Paso
States.
in
Yeah.
Texas only,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you won't even leave Texas.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
crazy.
See?
yeah.
That's what I mean. Like in Europe, it's so easy to go different countries, but in the States, you drive a couple hours and you're still in the same country. I mean,
Yeah, same state.
same state. My bad.
But you have to think of it as the United States of America is a country. But in a way, each state
Is a different
it's its
country.
own country.
Yep.
Like it has its own culture, has its own capital city, has its own foods.
Has its own sports team.
Well, yeah,
Most of them, yeah.
yeah, and then you have like different, excuse me, different accents and stuff.
Yep.
It's really interesting.
We have different accents in the same state.
Yeah.
I was,
Yeah,
I lived in Indy for a couple of years, and like when I first moved down there, they were just like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm from Ohio," and they're like, "Yeah, I can hear it." And I'm like,
really.
I
Well,
got-
apparently Ohio's like the newscasters. Like they
Yes.
train all the newscasters to speak like that.
We have our diction is really
Yeah.
crisp, and
Yeah.
like our vowels are very vowely.
You enunciate well.
Yes.
Well, unless you speak colloquially.
Yeah.
If you know, like if you speak regularly, like on the street or something, or not on a colloquial level, it's very very well spoken, and that's really cool.
Yeah, I always thought that was pretty cool that like newscasters like model their speech after us. I'm like,
I had no idea. That's
Yeah.
that's very interesting.
I mean, could you imagine if newscasters spoke like they were from like Texas
like y'all.
Or-
yeah,
or
some-
So that would be
New York City, like Julia?
Well, okay. my,
Julia.
my next question is that like CNN level, like that type
It's-
of newscasters, or like 'cause I
It's
know
Like anything in
Yeah.
America, any media
Really?
outlet in America, it's
Yep.
become the standard.
wow.
But
There's a name for it, and I forget, but it's something Midwest. Like it's a.
I can't remember either. But kind of taking this off course. Saying you grew up in the UK, right?
I did.
So like, what was your education like? Because it's completely different from here. Growing up.
In a way, it is. We have our education system is modeled very differently to the American system. Like you guys, your high school ends at grade 12.
12.
For us, high school ends at grade 11.
So a year before, and then.
But
Like,
then,
But then, do you go
Well,
straight to university, or
no,
do you take
no,
a
it's
gap?
I
different.
do believe, since it's not like first grade, second grade, third grade, they have labeled differently.
no, we have year 1, year 2, year 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's just so year 1 to year 4 is primary school,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and then Yeah, 1 to 5 is primary school. 6 to 8 is
Like middle school.
yeah, but we call it junior school.
Okay.
And then you have senior school, which is 9 to 11. So year 9 is like your entry year to high school, and then 10 and 11. So at the end of year 10, you don't have any official exams.
Okay.
You do everything in year 10 and year 11. You compress all of that and you take the exam at the end of year 11, and that's called your GCSEs,
Okay.
your General Certificate of Secondary Education.
Yeah.
And then when you graduate that, you have an option. You can go to two or three different pathways. So you can either go to a sixth form or a college, and that's 2 years, where you do something called an A levels.
Okay.
It used to be called O levels, and now it's A levels. So it's 2 years. You pick 3 or 4 subjects, and you specialize in them, and it kind of it's like your advanced.
Yeah, you go in like
Your
in
AP
depth.
classes,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's
gotcha.
what you call them here.
Yes.
Yeah, and it gets you ready for university.
So,
'Cause,
what did you specialize in? Anything?
I did. I had I was a bit of a loser back in school, and I did biology, chemistry, physics, maths, and further maths.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't call it loser, but
But
I mean,
It-
because I'm doing the same thing.
are you?
I'm
But you're not in high school.
I'm an exercise science major,
Fine.
so I'm studying all the like biologies, chemistries,
Sure,
and all that.
sure.
So.
See, I was very dead set on going to med school.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did eventually go to med school. So that's.
Are you a doctor?
I'm not. I'm an architect. But hang
Doctor
on.
Architect.
Doctor Tech.
Doc-
But
Dr.
so that's the
Golding.
first one. It's sixth form, which is the more formal way of going through university and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's very well recognized in the UK that university is not for everyone.
Yeah.
So you have another one, another route you can take called the BTECs or the NVQs.
Is that like a trade school? You know how we
In a
have
way,
trade schools here?
yeah, in a way it is, but it's a very much it's a very structured system.
Okay.
So it's called vocational school,
Okay.
Yeah.
where you can go for like a plethora of options
Yeah.
and what you want to study, and it's really cool, and there are different levels.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one is going for an apprenticeship.
Okay.
That's a big thing that I knew in the UK education system. Like apprenticeships are like a big thing.
Yeah, and a lot of the times, people who go to like through the apprenticeship programs and then become like masters of their trade get paid much more than what a college graduate would get.
Okay.
Another really cool thing is that college in the UK is only 3 years
Yeah.
to get a bachelor's degree, but you have no choice in like electives until you're like your last year.
Okay.
You know, you get given a set timetable
Of like when you're taking classes and stuff.
yeah, and what classes you take and when you take them and stuff.
Okay.
And you usually take something like 8 or 9 subjects.
Okay.
Well, 7 to 9, I'd say. 7 to 9 subjects a semester.
Oh shit! How long is the semester? Is it?
So we have 3 semesters a year.
Oh, it's like okay.
But we don't have summer school. Like,
Yeah.
we don't have a summer course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we have a buddy that goes to school in Germany,
Mm.
and he
Stefan.
Yeah.
he just finished with finals. It was like June 15th, was it?
Ish, yeah.
It was like around there, and I was
Hmm.
like, and he doesn't. I mean, he has to go back soon because
Why did he? No, I thought it was in July. I thought he had to go back in
It
July.
might have been July. I think it was.
It was
probably-
like July 15th or July. Like it was like the second week of
Is
July.
that like the third part of the semester? Should I say?
Okay.
Okay, I'm asking you.
No, for us, university always ended in July, beginning of July.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was the end of the first semester, and always started in September.
Okay. So yeah, I think he's on that schedule.
Yeah.
So is that like it's like a standard in Europe? Do you know?
I think so. I know it differs like a week here and there,
Okay.
depending on where you are,
Yeah,
depending on what kind of school you go to. With schools, grade 1 to grade 13,
Mm-hmm.
when you're in, whatever, going through that school system, it's different. Public schools in the UK get 6 weeks
Okay.
of summer vacation,
Okay.
and then private schools get 8 weeks.
Okay. That makes sense.
And then church school. So I went to an all-boys Irish Catholic school.
Sounds fun.
Actually, do you know what? It was a lot of fun. It was a lot. It taught me a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
I joke around a lot now, on like my off time, but like during
the nuns
work.
are gonna get you.
During work or during
The nuns are gonna get you.
The nuns?
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to mess with them. Trust me. Trust me. They were short. They were friendly looking. They always smiled, and they had like the rosiest cheeks ever.
Did they have the ruler underneath their?
Oh, you know it. Oh, you know it. I swear they looked like they'd waddle around school like little Pokemon or something. And but you knew not to cross them. Like I loved them. Like I had a headmistress, Miss McTaggart, and she was Scottish. She was like.
Can you do a Scottish accent?
No. No, I'm really rubbish at it. Like, I wouldn't. But you did not want to cross her. She was short, she had glasses, and like bushy hair. But when she got angry, she turned like the microphone's color. She was like bright red. She'd shout.
And then she would get the ruler. How many times did you get the ruler?
Once.
From her?
I am such a liar. No, I literally cannot count.
It was that many times?
Yeah. I was a little prick back at school. Well, I
back at school, yeah. I was gonna say.
Things don't change.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
but you think, I don't want to get like controversial, political, but you think that really like that level of discipline really formed you into who you are, and like you have a better. Like,
definitely, because discipline is everything. You know, a lot of people think education is about that piece of paper to get a job, and I don't believe that. Screw that piece of paper. For me, higher education at least, or education in general, was all about disciplining myself.
I 100% agree with that. I mean, you can hit the books as much as you want.
You can be book smart, but you'll never be life smart.
Exactly,
and that's a problem.
That's I see all these people like complaining. Well, at least I see them at my school, and they're like, "Oh, I just study," but like they don't work, they don't do any like extra stuff outside of school, and like, but like if you see someone working, doing extra stuff like that, and still studying for that, and still like get by with a C, I mean, you have that discipline because you're doing all this stuff and you're still doing your studies too.
Okay, just my point of view, grades mean for shit.
Yes.
No, that's my point of view.
Because I am really bad at sitting exams, like paper exams.
I am terrible at those.
And that's why I left med school. I was doing really well. So I went to med school for a few years, and I was like, I screw this, I can't take this anymore. Yeah. I was... You know, I had to memorize everything in parrot fashion and then just regurgitate it on a piece of paper. And I was like, screw, this is not for me. Yes. And, you know, a lot of people were upset. My family was upset. They were like, why? I was like, I can't do this. I went to architecture school and engineering school. Okay. And it was so much better for me. Yeah. To be able to make something or draw something or, you know, design something.
You're more of a hands-on.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like definitely.
So I had a professor this past semester that when we took exams, she had an open note, and 2 out of the 3 exams we actually had a partner with him. Nice. And like that actually made me like I learned a lot because of that. Yeah. And I really wish that school would model that way. But she was like, I also majored in learning and like how it works and stuff like that. Right. And I'm pretty sure I talked about this before, but she said like it's not realistic that when you're in the field that you're like, oh, I need to get this, I can't look this up or anything like that. Which it's awesome, like someone actually realizes it, but I wish everyone else would.
I think slowly but surely it's going into that direction. I think so. Really? Like yeah, if you like back when I went to college, and mind you, I'm still 15, so don't ask my age on air.
After he said he was 23 earlier.
Leave me alone, all right? Leave my schizophrenia alone, at least. But some of our exams we weren't allowed to take a calculator in.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I need my calculator.
Right,
I
but
suck at math.
then again, do you know
Carry
what?
the
Mental
one.
arithmetic.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a big thing here in America.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
No, not at all.
And
But-
another thing, like, your universities are a rip-off.
Yep, very true.
That's why I go to community
It's-
college.
But still,
well,
I know.
No, community college is probably still the worst because, I mean, when is university free?
No, it isn't free, but it's nearly free. So when I went
Okay.
to college,
Did
it
you
was
have to,
So you
it
can
was
still,
£4,000.
did you have to pay for just room and like food and stuff? Or
Well, obviously you had to pay for your own room and food, but that's why you get a job.
Yeah.
You know, and sure, like I back when I was in college, I was studying full time and I had 2 full-time jobs.
Okay.
But I moved out and I went to college when I was 16.
Wow. Yeah.
And I was like, do you know what? I want to do this. Because growing up, I didn't come from the wealthiest family growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, I've seen like the poorer side of life and I've seen the better off side of life when we,
Mm-hmm.
when my mum got into the army and stuff. And I was like, I'm not going to go back to that. I want to work hard.
And then that's where the discipline comes in.
Right.
Too. So,
Right. Because
um,
we all like to, just fuck around and do nothing.
I mean,
no
everyone.
one doesn't like to be lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you have to. With that discipline.
You need to hit the balance. You
Yeah.
need to know when to flip the switch and be like, I need to be on my game.
Yeah.
I need to work hard.
Yeah.
And then there's times where you're like, all right, I really need to just sit
Just
back,
relax.
relax.
Because
Yeah.
how long have I known you guys now? 2 years?
2 years,
2
a year
years?
and a
2
half.
years?
Yeah, I think 2.5 years
Oh,
now.
wow.
It was the
Jeez.
summer after my senior year.
Yeah.
Holy
Less than an hour.
Right? Right. I think I'd really get along with you though. Yeah.
Well, but Alex.
I mean, you are the cooler version of your brother.
Very true.
Thanks.
Very
I
true.
don't get that very often.
Really?
I tell you that all the time.
I normally get the younger.
You do get the
version.
younger.
You do look younger. That's really
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
Because whenever I see him, he's really tired, and I see him very late at night at a very, very dodgy place.
So true.
Shouts out to
Only-
Common Grounds. I love you guys, every single one of you.
Only by choice, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, when I can be home and not have to do anything, that's it. Like, if he has a choice to be home, he doesn't want to be home.
Yeah, I'd
Which
rather be out.
I get
I
it.
mean, me too.
I get it, but
It depends
I
on the
work.
day.
Yeah, I work so much. I just have an appreciation of
I
being at
appreciate
home.
that. Yeah, that's me whenever I'm back. So when I'm in America,
Mm-hmm.
I do very minimal ad hoc work. So I work from wherever I am,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very minimal, and I have this agreement with work.
Can we
to
like
do this.
explain your job? Like, take a side note. Because what is your job? 'Cause so people know too.
So I have an architecture and legal background that I kind of merged together for different companies. So like when I was in Korea, I was working with Hyundai, and we were designing a. So gas in your house
Mm-hmm.
is called LNG, liquefied natural gas.
Yes.
And it used to be something called LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, which is a more dangerous version.
Okay.
But when they switched over, and some countries are still switching over, you need special refineries for these gases to be manufactured, because they come out of oil or whatever, and then there's a special way of storing, them in tanks, and then you have to you have like submerged vessels, if you will, to keep them at the right temperature and stuff. And so we went to learn and then design that.
Oh,
But while I was there, I went on a side tangent and I designed this. I was helping them design a self-sustainable building,
That's awesome.
like fully self-sustainable building, where no energy goes in. They provide energy to the grid, to the power grid.
Mm-hmm.
Sewage is treated in-house. Solar panels everywhere.
That is awesome.
It was really cool. But doing research and development with Hyundai was really weird, because I grew up thinking Hyundai did cars only.
Mm-hmm.
Hyundai has like 98 or 99 companies,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and they do everything from food to clothes to buildings to pet care,
It's like
everything.
yeah, it's like Samsung. They do everything too.
Yeah, so Korea has Samsung, LG, SK, and Hyundai,
Yes.
like the big four,
Mm-hmm.
and they do everything.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's wild.
So, and then you said you had a legal background?
Yeah, so I did, for my master's, my second master's was in legal project management.
Is it? Wow. Where did you study that?
In the UK.
In the UK?
Yeah, at Oxford.
Oh, Oxford.
Yes.
No big deal.
I think it's overrated.
Oxford. That's what I've heard.
It's a school at the end of the day,
Yeah,
and you know what? Screw this whole hierarchy thing. At the end of the day, if you work hard enough, you can get just as much out of Tri-C as you can get from Oxford, if you really wanted to.
That's Joey, yes.
That's me.
Oh, look at Joey feeling so happy.
He's like Tri-C was compared to Oxford.
No way. I think that's like the first time ever in history.
No,
It's just resources at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, Tri-C may not have as many resources
Very true.
or as many renowned professors or research, but it's all about research at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
the
yeah,
hierarchy.
it just goes to show, like, that saying, you get out of it what you put into it.
What you want.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
if someone really wants something, if someone provides you with the resources,
Yeah.
you can take what you want from it.
Do you remember you said that to me earlier when I told you? I was like, so I've always had this thing, I want to retire when I'm 40 and
Okay.
just quit
Yeah.
and go to culinary school. And Alex said to me, you don't need school for that. You can just learn something by yourself. You know, you can go and buy a physics book and learn.
Physics. Yeah.
Physics.
Everything.
And if you go onto YouTube and you have like tons of videos where you can watch to help you understand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, you don't have a live professor in front of you, but
you
you go onto Reddit and you can ask any question and you'll have some nut answering your question.
Exactly.
Well, see, my only reason I say that is just because, you know, the only thing that I got out of college, other than when I moved to Indiana, was independence.
Mhm.
Only thing that I got out of it was debt. Like, I went to Polaris, which was a high school vocational school,
Okay.
and I learned probably just about the same that I did in college that I did at vocational school.
Oh, yeah?
If not a little bit less. A lot of it was just working, learning. I mean, like, I had one of my chefs when I was living in Indy. I was sitting with him after I was, like, clocked out, and he was showing me, like, purchasing, like, stuff like that. Like,
So
a
you
lot
were
of the
like
number
learning
side.
on the job.
Yeah, and that's all it is. You know,
Yeah.
it's like when I moved back here,
My bad.
because unfortunately I didn't graduate.
Okay.
My teacher and my externship didn't really like me too much,
Okay.
and the last thing that I needed was a recommendation letter from my chef. And he was out of country for like a month because he was on vacation with his family in Jamaica. So I told her this, and she's just like, well, sucks. So I failed.
I've heard that a lot here in America.
Yeah.
People like these professional establishments will take things to a personal level,
Mm-hmm.
and it just gets to a level. I mean, do you understand that you're fucking with someone's future?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But here's the thing.
There's so much ego with that too. It's
Yeah.
like, what's the point?
Here's the thing, because, you know, I talked to my parents, and I love my parents to death. But they were telling me, like, oh, well, you're not going to be able to really get a good job since you don't have a college degree.
But that's old. The old school mentality.
That is
Yes.
old school mentality. And
I don't blame them.
I just, like, the past 8 months, I was working under 2 master chefs.
Have you proved them wrong?
Yeah.
Well,
I came here, I worked my ass off at a couple of, like, smaller businesses, and then I worked at B-Spot for a little bit, and then I got myself a job at Lola.
Okay.
Didn't like it, so I left.
You left Lola?
I left Lola. It just wasn't for me.
Didn't it burn down at some point?
No.
Or was it his
there-
other
there
restaurant?
It was his
another
other
one,
restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What in Ohio City?
Lolita. Yeah.
Michael Simon?
Yeah.
Lolita.
Yeah.
Wait,
Lolita,
no,
yeah.
it
That's
is
the
called-
name of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
only you would go there, Joey. You are a fucking creep.
Light of my life, fire of
You
my
are
loins.
a creep.
But yeah, so I left Lola. I worked at the new Hilton downtown.
Yeah.
And then I eventually left there, and I worked at a place called the Union Club.
Yeah.
Awesome place. My executive chef there was he was taking his CMCs
Nice.
and ended up getting his CMC. the GM of the place is a CMC, and
What's a CMC for the people?
Certified Master Chef.
Okay.
That is a certificate through the ACF, the American Culinary
So-
Federation.
Can you tell the people, like, because everyone thinks the Iron Chef is...
No. When you hear Master Chef, people either think of the Gordon Ramsay show or like Iron Chef being up there, but that's all television shit. In my opinion, being
It's like
a
the
Master
Cordon Bleu,
Chef,
right?
kind
Is
of.
that in France, right?
The Cordon Bleu is
have
in
them all
France.
over the
They
place.
have them
Is
in
that
a
established
lot of-
in France?
but it was
Yeah.
established in France, and you get this like special color.
It
and
used
stuff.
to have a lot more meaning than it does today, because now they're just kind of taking whoever and just getting money.
No,
and
no,
that's-
no. They don't
that's-
take just whoever.
I've known some people that
Really?
went, yeah. And
Okay.
it's kind of, yeah. But working under a master chef, there's a lot of people in history who have done a lot for culinary,
Mhm.
and they aren't considered master chefs because they don't have the certification. But like Thomas Keller, he is a very, very widely known name. Is not a master chef, but he owns a lot of very exclusive restaurants and does a lot of amazing stuff with food. It is, at the end of the day, just a certification, but like the stuff that you got to put into being a master chef and becoming a master chef, it just shows, your dedication, your
Discipline.
knowledge, discipline.
discipline.
Yeah,
It
It
exactly.
all goes back to that.
It
good
all
old-
goes back
And
to discipline. Yeah.
It's very, like, a lot of people who work in the culinary industry, if they're very serious about what they do, they strive their hardest and
Yeah.
try to go to where a master chef is at, so
But
that
it's
they
a
can learn
difficult
under them.
industry.
Yes.
Oh.
I think it's just so difficult just because, I mean, there's a lot of people to compete against.
Yeah.
Like, there's constantly restaurants opening up. There's constantly, like, this whole supply and demand type thing
Yeah.
where, you have to have your food out in a timely manner or else people are going to get pissed, talk shit about your restaurant, and then you're going to go under. It's
also
very...
a lot of luck and who you know.
Oh,
at
yeah,
the end of the day.
absolutely.
Yeah, so
How you get
That's-
exposure.
that's a lot of, like, who you know is basically the pinnacle of everything, though.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, that is very true. Very, very true.
I'm so close to whipping out tipping point facts.
Do it.
But,
His tip. He's about to whip it out.
His what?
Not that.
not again, Joe.
But I'm getting very scared here. Some things I don't need to see in this life. I'm curious, but not that curious.
To kind of like close my tangent, it just, I came back thinking, okay, well, I'm not gonna just not go anywhere. I'm gonna do something, and I kind of like reached the top where I worked under 2 CMCs. And it just kind of shows a lot to what dedication and devotion can do.
Mhm.
And, it's just... It's hard to do, but you can do it.
Yeah,
You don't-
yes,
you don't-
definitely.
yeah.
It's not impossible.
No, not
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Not even close. It's very, very tangible.
I agree.
But
And just sorry,
No,
on a
you're
quick side note to you listeners, the reason why I wasn't very keen on Joey whipping it out is because I don't know if you guys have never seen him. He's like what Dr. Robotnik looks like when he was 19. So just to give you a mental image. I'm sorry, Joey.
Oh my god. Oh, golf clap. That was...
There's a Robert Frost poem about taking there's 2 paths in front of you, and there's 2 paths I can take right now.
And Aziz went down the right path.
Thanks.
I'm gonna go down the path less traveled, and I'm not gonna say anything.
Aw,
Wow, he's
you
the
can. I won't get offended.
He's the bigger man, literally though. But
Yeah,
well,
big
yeah.
boy.
Well, I'm gonna give him competition soon.
Oh.
You Americans have made me eat so much. So food
blame
is
it on
really
America.
good.
I
Tasting. It's not good for you, but it
mean,
tastes
it's
really
good
good.
for you.
have you listened to any episodes?
Yes.
Okay. My buddy Charlie, he's from Turkey.
Okay.
He says the exact same thing. He's like, "You Americans fatten me up like."
But wait, hang on. He's from Turkey. I'm sure his name's not Charlie.
It's Chana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but closing it out basically with one last. Like you said, you owned a game shop.
I co-own a board game shop.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Can we get some like board games on the show sometimes?
Sure,
You
absolutely.
always
Maybe if
have
we get a
really
video
good
Yeah,
games.
they're in the car. You just hit me up whenever, and I'll get a few.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. But I think we're gonna move on to some of the other segments we have. So we have a segment that we do, like what's the best way or fastest way / funniest way to ruin something. So, but you have to have it with an elegance. So you can't just say, like
Fuck.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
you can't just be like crude about it.
So we were talking about. Of course, we're gonna take a quick break right now. We'll explain it after. So
We'll be back.
we'll be back, and we're back. So we're gonna start this game. What?
Hey.
So I have explained the game to Aziz, and the first thing that we were gonna ruin. Alec, you want to say?
Adopting a child.
Oh my. Well, adopting a child in America?
Anywhere, really? I guess if there's different ways you would go
There-
about it in America compared to, England
Like-
or...
Say you were in, if I was adopting a child in China, I think I would show up wearing a kimono, disrespecting them because aren't they all about respect?
Oh, like Jake Paul.
Yes.
Or Logan
you know what?
Paul.
Screw it. I'm gonna wear a kimono here. With nothing underneath.
You guys know kimonos are for women, right?
Yes.
That's
Oh,
fine.
cool.
I, don't
I
give a
wasn't gonna
shit.
say anything.
I think there's a male kimono.
It's not called
I
a
think that's
kimono.
I think that's a fashion thing more
But
than
if
anything.
I'm
I think it's called like a gi.
If I'm ruining something, they'd be like, "This guy is disrespecting me so much that he doesn't even know the proper attire right now." And then I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna look at the child. I'm gonna bore at it. What kind of dog is
Mikado,
this?
okay.
Oh yes, that would be hilarious.
So that's how I'm gonna do it. And I don't think they would give me the child after that. But
And if they do,
you know what?
now you have a child and you don't know what to do with it.
I'm gonna put it up on Craigslist.
you give it back. You're like, I don't know what to do with this. No, you wait
He
till the
broken.
No, just be like, it's a really weird dog. Can I get another one?
Don't they have to, follow you around for a little bit and just kind of,
Yeah, it's like a really long process.
Yeah.
I'd
Just
put
like-
a leash on it.
I was going to take it to the pet store.
Get it some toys.
Oh, yeah, I think my child would really like these bowls.
I'd pull a Madonna.
I'll take a step further. I'll pull a Michael Jackson over the balcony.
Oh my god.
Oh, dear Lord.
I don't.
Okay.
Okay,
Wait, is that before or after you get the child?
During.
I'm trying to remember.
At the adoption agency.
Just open. Could
Open
you open the window for a second, please? I feel
I
really
gotta-
stuck.
I gotta test it really quick.
I got a Lion King.
Does
this shit.
gravity?
Nah.
Just you grab the child, you're just kind of like,
Whoop.
this is about 20 pounds?
Do you
It's a
think?
big
Do you
child.
think this would?
Little
Bounce?
Do you think?
That's not, it's not a baby.
Do you think it would dent a car?
Do you think it would dent a car? Probably. You
We
would find out.
By the way, we don't condone dropping babies or anything harming babies at all.
All three of the dudes will no longer be on the Three Dudes Babbling podcast.
God damn.
I'm taking over this podcast.
That's okay.
It's just the
You
brown guy.
Yeah.
It's a brown dude. That's what it's gonna be called.
Oh, do you know what? You should not let me do that. You should not let me take over this podcast.
Why not?
But I'd ruin it to shit.
Oh man.
It's on its way. It's like halfway there.
I'd probably get you guys arrested and myself deported. So
I
I hear you guys are really good at this these days.
what, getting us deported?
No, getting me deported.
Oh,
Yeah. We try.
These days.
Mr. Trump.
Oh.
It's been about an hour and a half now. I'm already working
that-
towards
was
it.
Did you hear that? I just
What?
laughed like Muttley from Wacky Races.
I do that. I have that old man motley laugh.
Okay. Well. So what did the
What's
next
the next
one?
one? Yeah.
Hiring painters for your house. Okay, you got it? Or did you blank?
Oh, fuck it, I'll just do it. So, there's a porno that I saw on. Do you know what? For real. You know that rabbit hole on Tumblr? It's really shitty.
Okay.
Like, you start with something on Tumblr and you end up watching, like,
Everything.
painter guy porn or something.
Yeah, no, there's a lot
No,
of things,
there's a
yeah.
lot of really
yeah,
weird
yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
And it's this woman in her, like, robes and painters coming in, and she's just, like, in robes, and then she kind of, like, goes all
All
You get
porn,
the point.
She does the thing,
all
yeah.
porn style.
all porn
I
style.
think I would start playing Bob Ross, and I would look at the painters and be like, why does my house now look like this? And like kind of compare him to Bob Ross, like even though I gave him no direction to paint it like that.
Would just annoy the shit out of them.
Yes. I would constantly play his background music. Looped. Just looped.
Oh wow.
I would just compare everything to Bob Ross.
No, I'd get those sample paints. You know those small pots of paint?
Yeah.
I'd get like 12 of those, and I'd be like, could you do like 12 samples, and then I'll choose. And then when they do the 12, I'd be like, I don't like any of these.
I'm gonna get another 12.
And then just keep on doing that.
You guys just hold on. I'll run to the
and
store
then
real
have
quick.
like a multicolored wall, and just leave it. And I'd be like, I like this.
And they're like, what? Like, you know what? And like, as they're about to play, you know, actually, I don't like it. You
And
only
then
get
I'd
12.
stinge on the pavement. I'd be like, since you didn't actually paint the wall,
Do I really have to pay you?
You know what? It's a great one. Joey, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna get a bunch of ketchup or fake blood and squirt it all over the walls. And I'm gonna call the painting company and be like, I need you guys to come do a quick job, like right now. And they send over like 2 painters, and they see just all this red shit on the walls.
What if you put a chalk outline?
Yeah, I was gonna do like make it look like a murder scene. And be like, listen, I will pay you guys extra. Don't say anything. I just need you to cover this up, please.
And then once they're done, be like, okay, see ya. And like, don't pay them like the extra that you promised. Be like, I don't know what you're talking
no,
about.
they'll be finished, and they'll be looking for me, and like they'll hear me in like the garage or whatever.
With a chainsaw.
Yeah. And they come in, and I'm wearing like a hockey mask, and I just chase them off.
oh, like Jason style.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Or Simpson style with Homer, and he jumps in the Bart's room. He's like, "Hey, babe, you want to see my new chainsaw hockey mask?"
yeah, like, how are we gonna do it?
I think what I'm gonna do is, call the agency or whoever. They'll send over a couple people, and then I will just have like an absurd amount of paint of just like 7 or 8 different colors, and just say, all right, start with this one, and then when they finish with that, I'll be like, all right, here's the next one, and so on and so.
Oh shit! And just code
Yeah,
it.
just completely just have them
wow.
paint the house like 7 or 8 times, and and then they'll finish the last one. I'll be like, you know what? I don't like it. Can you just paint it over at white again?
Oh, after all those colors, fuck you. I've had to do jobs like that.
Really?
Not like that bad, but it's like, oh, we don't really like this color. Can you do everything again? It's like you guys picked the fucking color. It's like they went out late at night to pick the colors, and it was like they were rushed.
And they were drunk.
Dude, this is like the life of an architect. Like you work really hard on something,
And then people are like,
and then they're like, "Oh, I don't like this wall." And I'm like, "That's a structural wall. That's like one of
You
the
need,
most."
You need that.
So you need
Yeah.
that. Can you knock it down anyways?
No. No.
do you want to try?
No. It has my name on it. No.
You're right. Oh God,
So we have one more, and then we're gonna call it an episode.
no.
Calm down, Jesus. So, getting fitted for a suit.
That's already a scary experience for me, because I am the stereotype, and I go to a tiny old Italian man who gropes me every time I get sized.
I think.
I'd grope you if
Don't act-
you had to come to me to get a
But
suit
I mean,
fit.
for a good inseam, you really got to get up
I
there.
think this is how I'm gonna do it. Every time he like touches me, I'm going, like.
Fuck, I was gonna go there too. Damn it, I have to think of something else.
Every time. Like he's like touching my arm. Oh, touching your just
Inner
spot
thigh.
your ankle.
That is so fucking creepy. Oh wow. What'd you do, Alex?
I think I would just keep asking him to get like more and more in on my inseam. Just like, yeah, just like a little bit more. And then like when he starts, getting up there, I'm gonna be like, just start breathing really heavy.
You know what you should do when he gets up there. You should be like, "Is this when I cough?"
Oh my god. After we're all said and done.
Give me dinner first, Jesus.
After we're all said and done, I'm gonna ask for his number and be like, so is there like a good way I can reach you? He's like, yeah, just call the store and you can ask for me. I'm like, no, I mean a good way to reach you. Like late at night.
Aziz?
I don't know. You guys have taken it sexually. I'm just gonna be a real dick and just be like,
an actual one, or
no. Well, I mean, I already am, but no. I'd go in asking for a summer suit and then ordering like asking him for tweed or something. And then when he makes it out of tweed, I'll be like, but I asked for a summer suit. What the fuck? Just because tweed is so fucking expensive.
I don't want this at all.
I said summer suit.
You're gonna do the whole architect thing. Like, no, this isn't what I asked for.
Yeah.
Take that out.
I would have a serious show. I'd be like, what's summary about this?
It's tweed.
Are you fucking crazy? Are you trying to kill me?
It is 90. It is 64 degrees Celsius outside. What the fuck?
All right. I think we're gonna close out the episode.
But I didn't
now.
get
Oh, sorry, Joe.
I thought you took
You're so
my
fucking
ideas.
mean.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Leave Joe alone.
Thank you.
I was just about to grope him as well. What the hell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not again.
Fuck. You did take my after I said the Italian guy. Fuck. I wouldn't shower for a couple days.
Oh, you're nasty.
Wasn't that you last night?
Oh,
No, I just got off rehearsal last night,
Oh, okay.
so I
Still
was
stinky.
stinky. Wouldn't wear any underwear.
dude. One time we worked out, you didn't wear underwear.
I forgot.
How do you
How
forget?
do you
Don't
forget?
wear underwear.
You worked out commando?
Yeah, it was a not.
That's a dangerous thing.
It was an uncomfortable experience.
Well,
because
no
your
shit.
balls can tangle.
Can what?
It can tangle. Your balls can
It
cross
actually,
and
yeah,
tangle.
it happened to a friend of mine when we were
It's
younger.
called testicular torsion or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was a kid on my my team when I was playing my freshman year. He would always play commando, and he's from Tanzania, so he's a bigger guy, and he'd play forward, and he always just go up on you.
Wait. Why were you staring at his crotch? How'd you know he's a bigger guy?
Because he's commando, and the shorts
Very revealing.
very revealing.
And he's Tanzanian.
Do we need to have a serious talk, Josh?
Maybe.
Okay. I'm here for you, buddy.
Next week we'll have an Three Dudes Babbling exclusive.
What?
Someone possibly leaving the closet.
R. Kelly's gonna be here and do a new rendition of "Trapped in the Closet" just for you.
Oh, thank God.
It's
I was-
gonna
I
be
was
As long
really
as he
hoping.
pees on me, that's okay.
Sweet. Can I watch?
Wait, are we watching Josh get peed on by R. Kelly?
Sure.
Okay.
R. Kelly, if you're listening. What if
Yeah,
it was?
the long shot.
R. Kelly, I used to be a big fan of yours.
He used to be.
Before or after he peed on that girl?
No, after.
Okay.
I cooked
Yeah.
for him once.
You cooked for him?
Mhm.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Did you pee in it?
What did he get? A well done steak?
No, you had chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles.
Like, no joke.
You Americans are fucking weird. Chicken and muffles. I'm still not over this.
Dude, it's delicious.
It's surprisingly good.
Guys.
Surprisingly good.
I found out what chicken parmesan was the other day.
Yeah.
I
Did you not know what that was?
No. It's like pizza,
Breaded
but
chicken.
on chicken.
It's just breaded chicken.
You guys are just fucking crazy.
You can blame the Italians for that.
But Joey,
Yeah.
are you gonna finish?
I don't know.
So you're not gonna shower for about a week?
You know, no,
You're really
fuck.
gross.
No, I think I'm gonna go more of the Aziz path and be a dick. I'm gonna
Like a literal dick, or
probably. I'm gonna go.
You made that joke
in-
twice now.
I
I'm gonna
know,
go in.
I know.
I'm gonna go in like one of those big penis costumes that you can get like online from like for Halloween, like a big
Have
penis
you
costume.
searched for those?
Are you gonna ask him to like design a suit for the penis, like
Yes.
the radius around the
Yeah.
shaft and like
That would
the
actually
balls?
that would be a really funny experience. You go to like, wearing the dinosaur suit too. Like I need a suit for this guy.
I'd bring Bo and be like, I need a suit for Bo.
Someone probably done that before.
You're right. You're
Someone
right.
has probably done that.
If
before.
not, after they hear this, they're like, idea.
Pictures, please send it to us.
Please.
you get a suit.
No, I'd get a suit exclusively for my penis. Not where
Are you gonna be hard while doing it, or
I'm gonna have to be.
I mean, but then it won't fit.
3D
Logic.
babbling. Just want to let you guys know that Joey is a shower, not a grower.
Joey, what? All 3 inches?
Yes.
Yep.
That's
And Joey's.
as good as it gets.
Joey's.
Hey, you know, it's not the size of the wave that matters, it's the motion of the ocean.
Keep telling yourself that, kid.
How many people go up against that 50-foot wave? Not many.
I'm sitting this one out.
I'm
So-
glad.
So
Because
I
my
think,
self-esteem's
I think we're
pretty
gonna call
low
it.
right now.
I think we're gonna call it an episode. Thanks for listening. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Send us emails.
Attend my funeral.
Do you want all of your? Do you want your Facebook linked, or
Sure.
We'll link Aziz's Instagram,
Social media.
in the description. And Alec,
Thanks for stopping by.
Aziz, you want to say anything?
Yeah, be friendly to brown people.
Everybody love everybody.
Yes.
Didn't I say that last week?
Don't remember.
I think you might have. I think you've said it a couple times.
It's still a good quote.
It's a good quote.
It's a great quote. Joey, you want to plug your show because it's coming out tonight?
Oh, fuck. No, it's fine. I plugged it enough. It's on my social media.
Joey is in the.
I'm in Thoroughly Modern Millie down in
You
Frostville
cannot
in the
remember
Metro
the
Parks.
I remember it's Millie.
We've got a show tonight. Well, you guys will miss it because you're going to hear this tonight. So I've got a show Friday at 7:30 and
August
Saturday
August
at
3rd.
7:30. It's a really fun show. It's outside, so bring lawn chairs and bug spray. We've gotten really great reviews. People seem to really like it.
I'm going again tonight.
Josh is going in tonight. Aziz
So
is
I'm
going.
going tonight.
Alec won't be there.
Alec won't be there because he's not a real friend.
No, he has to work. All right.
I'm
Jesus.
just fucking with him.
Jesus.
I am a real friend.
Don't bring Jesus into this.
Jesus don't love you.
You're right.
Yeah, he's a false prophet.
That too.
We're not going to talk about religion right now.
All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks. Bye.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.